قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ما يزال الرجل يسأل الناس حتى يأتي يوم القيامة وليس في وجهه مزعة لحم أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. رواه البخاري في كتاب الزكاة باب من سأل الناس تكثرا. وأيضا قال من سأل وعنده ما يغنيه فإنما يستكثر من النار. وفي رواية أخرى فإنما يستكثر من جمر جهنم. فقالوا يا رسول الله وما يغنيه؟ قال قدر ما يغذيه وما يعشيه أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. رواه أبو داود في كتاب الزكاة باب حد الغنى. حضرت مولانا شهید صاحب قاسمی دعوت برکاتہ Director of Markazul respected Professor Arif Saab, Professor of Sabu Siddiq College and lecturer of Markazul Janab Hazrat Maulana Shahid Saab, Imam Khatib, Masjid Markazul and dear all, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The topic is Beggary in Islam. For me, it is very serious topic. Personally, I am overcome with the burning sense of shame for the ironical situation of the beggars in our community. Either because a person doesn't possess the sense of self-respect, or because he is devoid of keen sense of jealousy which Islam wants us to enjoy, or because someone thinks it is enough and easy to beg for sustaining an ordinary life and pass away. However, brothers, in this regard, the matter of the greatest concern is that both beggars and non-beggars are accountable for beggary. First, I would be very humble to speak about beggary and beggars, how Islam views beggary, and what is the extent of self-respect and jealousy which our high-minded and the most sophisticated-minded beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam wanted to foster and build in every believer. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is reported to have said, ما يزال الرجل يسأل الناس حتى يأتي يوم القيامة وليس في وجهه مزعة لحم أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. رواه البخاري في كتاب الزكاة باب من سأل الناس تكثرا. A man keeps on begging from the people till he comes on the day of resurrection with no piece of flesh on his face. We all know that the face is face. It is a feature and introductory part of the world. A person is always bothered about the maintenance of beauty and charm of his face. He doesn't tolerate any rash, pimple, or even a wrinkle on his face. Then how will be the scene? What a dreadful will be the scene of this face, which is devoid of flesh and its bones are exposed. The beloved Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is reported to have said in the other hadith, من سأل وعنده ما يغنيه فإنما يستكثر من النار، وفي رواية أخرى فإنما يستكثر من جمر جهنم. فقالوا يا رسول الله وما يغنيه؟ قال قدر ما يغذيه وما يعشيه، أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. رواه أبو داود في كتاب الزكاة باب حد الغنى. Whoever begs while he has what is sufficient for him, he simply increases from the fire. And in the other hadith, he simply increases from the embers of Jahannam. They asked, O Prophet of Allah, what is sufficient for him? He replied, it is that which would provide him a morning and an evening meal. He replied, it is that which would provide him a morning and an evening meal. In this hadith, there are two very clear things. The first is that if a person possesses the amount of wealth which would provide him a morning and an evening meal, he doesn't deserve beggary. The second is that if a person doesn't deserve beggary, but he begs, then whatever little or huge amount of wealth he begs and gets by beggary in this world is the amount of hellfire which he is storing for his akhirah. For example, if a person gets one piece of a rupee by beggary in this world, so he gets and stores one fire of hell. If he gets 1,000 rupees by beggary, so he stores 1,000 pieces of fire, and so on. Then now it is up to this beggar how much fire to store for his akhirah, and whether to lessen it or increase it. And this is the fear, apprehension, sensitivity that the beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam wanted to foster and build in every believer. He says in the other hadith, فَلْيَسْتَقِلَّ أَوْ لِيَسْتَقْدِرْ, then let him get it much or less, as Imam Muslim rahimahullah narrated in Muslim Kitab al-Zakah, باب كراهة المسألة للناس. Sometimes a person counts beggary remedy for circumstantial inconvenience of his profession and job. But you should never forget that inconvenience is also integral to beggary. A person, a beggar, does roam here and there. Sometimes he puts desperate efforts to approach a rich and elite people, while neither approaching Satan, sometimes, nor their support. The inconvenience of profession and job is naturally bound to turn later or sooner into convenience, comfort, and profit. On the contrary, the so-called convenience of beggary is much likely to chase him the whole life, and even it may be transferred into his children. This is the intellectual point which was discovered and expressed by the most intellectual and the most farsighted personality of the world, the beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وَالَّذِي نَفْسِي بِيَدِهِ لَأَنْ يَأْخُذَ أَحَدُكُمْ حَبْلًا فَيَحْتَطِبَ عَلَى ظَهْرِهِ خَيْرٌ مِنْ أَنْ يَأْتِيَ رَجُلًا فيسأله أعطاه أو منعه. In a very great deal of emphasis he said, by swearing by Allah, وَالَّذِي نَفْسِي بِيَدِي, by him in whose hand my life is, لأن يأخذ أحدكم حبلا فيحتطب على ظهري خير له من أن يأتي رجلا فيسأله أعطاه أو منع. It is better for any of you to take a rope and cut the wood and carry it over his back and sell it than to beg from the people, and then that he may give him or may not give him. The Prophet ﷺ predicted all the other miseries of beggary in this comprehensive hadith. Real thinkers. I've already told that in this regard the matter of the greatest concern is that both beggars and non-beggars are responsible for beggary. Because of not paying zakah properly, because of not spending our voluntary sadaqah and charity on the needy people, and because of extravagance with our wealth. And all this is because we don't feel the pang of jealousy in our beggar brothers. For eradication of beggary from our society, we have to overcome and subdue temporary sympathy for beggars for the permanent and real sympathy. The real sympathy is that we should do something by which a beggar could get rid of beggary forever. عن أنس أن رجلا من الأنصار أتى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يسأله فقال أما في بيتك شيء؟ قال بلى، حلس نلبس بعضا ونبسط بعضا وقعه نشرب فيه من الماء. فقال ائتني بهما، فأتاه بهما فأخذهما رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بيده وقال من يشتري هذين؟ قال رجل أنا آخذهما بدرهم. قال من يزيد على درهم مرتين أو ثلاثا؟ قال رجل أنا آخذهما بدرهمين. فأعطاهما إياه وأخذ الدرهمين وأعطاهما الأنصارية وقال اشتري بأحدهما طعاما فانبذه إلى أهله واشتري بالآخر قدوما فأتني بها. فأتاه به فشد فيه رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم عودا بيده ثم قال له اذهب فاحتطب وبع ولا أرينك 15 يوما. فذهب الرجل يحتطب ويبيع فجاء وقد أصاب 10 دراهم فاشترى ببعضها ثوبا وببعضها طعاما. فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم هذا خير لك من أن تجيء المسألة نكتة في وجهك يوم القيامة. إن المسألة لا تصلح إلا لثلاثة: لذي فقر مدقع أو لذي غرم مخضع أو لذي دم موجع أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. Hazrat Anas ibn Malik narrated that a man from Ansar came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to beg something from him. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked, don't you have anything at home? He said, why not? A piece of cloth. We wear its one part and the spread is another part. And a bowl from which we drink water. He said, bring them to me. And he brought them to him. Then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam took them in his hand and said, who will buy these? A man said, I will buy for 1 dirham. He said, who will offer more? Twice or thrice. A man said, I'll buy them for 2 dirham. Then the Prophet ﷺ gave him these 2 and took 2 dirham and gave them to the Ansari and said, buy with one of them food and hand it to your family, and buy with the other an egg and bring it to me. Then he brought it to him. Then he himself fished a wood in it and said, go, cut the wood and sell it. And don't let me see you 15 days. He went and cut the wood, and after having earned 10 dirham he came back. Then he bought garments with some of them and food with some of them. Then Prophet ﷺ said, هذا خير لك من أن تجيء المسألة نكتة في وجهك يوم القيامة. This is better for you. Then the beggary comes and there's spots on your face on the day of resurrection. إن المسألة لا تصلح إلا لثلاثة. Beggary is not right, but only for 3 people. The faqr mudkar, for a man who is in distress, poverty, one who is seriously in debt, and for one who is responsible for compensation but not able to pay. This is story taught that instead of confining to give a beggarly amount of money to a beggar, we should enjoy enviable courage and guts to investigate his present financial position. And if something is found to play any role at the capital of his business, then we must help him use that. And this is what the Prophet ﷺ preached and demonstrated. Even if a person is not ready, he is reluctant to do that, then we should inspire him to do that. And he earns, then also we should welcome him and appreciate him. The other thing is that the beloved Prophet ﷺ was the most generous, the most benevolent, the most indulgent personality of the world, but he didn't give him anything. He could have given, but he didn't. Only to convince that our generosity, our indulgence, our benevolence should never let a man, a Muslim, beg. The Prophet ﷺ even didn't lend him money. He said, don't you have anything at your home? And he discovered and then helped him use whatever he had. What was the present position of his finance and economy? He didn't lend him even. For what? Only to teach that even it is not better for a Muslim to base his business on loan, but he should start with the basic, with the little amount of wealth he possesses, and then develop it. We should do so. The beggars should feel jealousy, Islamic ghaira, and non-beggars also should feel jealousy. Therefore, the Prophet ﷺ didn't help this man. He wanted to create jealousy in our beggar brothers. The one who is begging, he should also enjoy jealousy, and the one who is giving and helping a beggarly amount of money, he should also enjoy this jealousy. The goal is that, having analyzed and studied the ahadith available in the pieces of ahadith, we came to know that any healthy man who can earn the amount of money which would provide him a morning and an evening meal should not beg. And the Muslims, non-beggars, rich and elite people should design and set the plans how to help the beggars to get rid of this beggary by providing them money in the quantity which is adequate to build, to launch his business, to provide them machines, to provide them centers, especially for the beggars, for widows and the other people, then provide them work, then give them their ujrat, their mehnatana. This way, you will make him stand on his feet, and you will also invite something from him. May Allah give us tawfiq to become the individuals of the nation who gives, and may Allah protect us from being the individual of the nation who begs. Remember, if the individuals of a nation are beggar, then the nation is not going to be considered other than beggar. The nation itself is beggar. And if the citizens of the country are beggar, then the country itself is considered beggar. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah.